Well, snow season is off to a strong start. Saturday's lake effect event was the biggest lake effect snow we've seen so early in the season since the October surprise in 2006. And Lake Erie is primed to produce even more snow in the coming days. Actually, we're kind of in lake effect prime time right now. I'll explain why in this week's Heather's Weather Wise. Right now, Lake Erie's water temperature is at a chilly 48 degrees. That shouldn't be too surprising given how cold it's been over the last couple of weeks. But just a month ago, water temperatures were at record highs in the mid-60s. Out of any of the 5 Great Lakes, Erie is the most shallow and smallest by volume. Less water means that the lake temperature is able to fluctuate more quickly like it has over the past month, and that also means it's most likely to freeze. Last year it was frozen over by January 2nd, the earliest since 2001. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. Lake Erie is still months away from a freeze-up, and actually its temperature is sort of at a Goldilocks value for producing lake effect snow. Let me show you why. Over years of study, forecasters have found that temperature difference between Lake Erie and the air at about 5,000 feet should be about 13 degrees Celsius in order to get some good lake effect snowfall rates. Now, given the water temperature today of about 48 degrees, and after doing a couple of conversions and some mathematical gymnastics, that means the air temperature up at 5,000 feet should be about 25 degrees in order to get that temperature difference that we need. Those conditions are pretty easy to get in the pattern that we're in right now. In fact, Saturday, the actual air temperature was just 14 degrees at that height. A bigger temperature difference means the air is far more unstable and will rise a lot faster. That explains those heavy snowfall rates that shut down roads for a few hours over the weekend. But temperature is only part of the explanation. Moisture is the other part of it. By some pretty intense laws of physics, warm air is able to hold a lot more moisture than cold air. Since we're sort of coming out of the warm season, the atmosphere is primed to hold a lot more moisture than if we were, say, in January or February. So by that logic, it shouldn't surprise you that some of our biggest lake effect snow events have come earlier in the season rather than later. We've got a couple more storm systems coming our way over the next few days, and you know Lake Erie is going to keep us on our toes. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Heather's Weather Wise. Thanks as always for sending me your questions. Remember, if you have a question you'd like to get to me, you can send it to me on my Facebook page or tweet it to me. I'm at WGRZ Heather. See you next week, but until then, remember, it's good to be a geek.